Proverbs chapter 6 intrigues me. Verse 23 talks about commandments, and it says that commandments are the way of life. Well, interpretation, simply meaning rules and borders and boundaries. And boundaries really is the word that comes first and foremost in my mind here, because we have to have them. Because if we do not, then we are out of control. And there's no discipline, and that generally just leads to overall problems in life. But boundaries are something that you have to come to. And of course, a lot of times it just comes from reading and studying the Word of God and understanding the laws and the commandments of God and the heart of God. And that really is what the commandments are all about. If you read what we refer to as the 10 Commandments, these are really perimeters, boundaries, borders that God has established for us to help us, not only to live good quality life, but also to be in the confines of the heart of God, the things that pleases God. And so by having those guidelines, it tells us what those things are. So here's the thing that I have acquired as far as my knowledge about these things, is that when I establish certain boundaries within my own life, that it keeps me from allowing passions, allowing things that would just bring a lure into my life because somehow or another it pleases my sensual self. But all of those things has problems associated with it, because they can lead us into things that can be very, very harmful and destructive. And quite frankly, I try to avoid the destructive things in my life to the best of my ability. And maybe that's because I'm just a little bit selfish and I don't like to have to pay the penalty and the price that these undisciplined things in my life usually brings to me heartache and sorrow. And I'm opposed to heartache and sorrow. I much prefer peace and tranquility in my life. And I will find that when I have a heart to seek the heart of God, the will of God, and to establish those parameters around my own life that keeps me in the way. And what Jesus would refer to as the straight and narrow way. Because he says, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And I've already told you, I'm opposed to things that are destructive in my life. I've experienced way too many of those things, and I try to avoid the pitfalls whenever I can, so as not to bring that type of pain into my life. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.